Well, fueled by optimism, the market is back. The bull run is very much back on track, and could we see 110,000 for Bitcoin very soon? Well, the reality is yes, and it may come as soon as next week. I'm going to break down why I think that in this video. I'll give you the latest update as to why the market has absolutely skyrocketed over the last 24 hours, and more importantly, some key things you need to be aware of to make your decisions in this cryptocurrency bull run. So with all that being said, make sure you hit the like button and subscribe to the channel, and don't forget, if you're looking to trade all your favorite cryptocurrencies or simply just go and buy them to hold, check out the links in the description. We've got one down there for BLOFIN offering $5,000, no KYC needed to sign up, and MEXC as well, the cheapest platform to trade all your favorite cryptos on. So with that being said, let's get into this video. So I want to start here. Bitcoin surpassing Amazon to become the 5th largest asset class in the world. Now, just for context, gold as an asset class sits around 22 trillion, 10 times the value of where we are with Bitcoin. So this should give you optimism that says Bitcoin, the crypto market, digital assets has a huge amount of headroom to keep growing. This is why we're seeing massive inflows of institutional money, not just in ETFs, but actual companies that want to hold it. The rumor mill right now is Meta are looking to get into digital assets, maybe a stablecoin play. And guess who broke that news? Yep, that's right. We broke it here on the channel. We were talking about this 3 weeks ago, that we thought Meta, a big company, were going to come into the markets. Well, look, I think we are absolutely at that place, and we're going to see it very, very soon. So why is the market all of a sudden just skyrocketed in the last 24 hours? Well, this was one of the big deals. Trump and the UK ultimately agreeing a deal around tariffs. Aston Martin, Rolls-Royce share prices are skyrocketing, as well as the crypto digital asset market absolutely making some big moves. And honestly, it's kind of an okay deal. It probably sits more favorable towards the US than it does the UK. But look, our automotive manufacturing companies aren't that big, and the reality is we don't export a huge amount of cars. I think it's 10% that obviously the US are going to charge us for importing theirs. 1.8, I think it is, going back the other way. So look, it's a big deal. What it does signify is everything we've been talking about, that these deals are on the table. And actually, when you double down, this Saturday, we believe Scott Besson is over in Switzerland discussing the tariff deals with China. Now, if you've been to part of this channel, I brought the fact that the Chinese economy is ruined. In fact, they are having to distribute liquidity just to try and bolster it up, as there is so many problems going on. I think this is kind of wild to think about. So lots of positive news in some respects, and expect a massive move next week. More on that in just a second. So the reality is Bitcoin's latest climb to 102,800. We broke above that actually while we were talking, fueled by a rush of institutional activity. Now, I've been talking about this what feels like for weeks, but actually there is an appetite right now for Wall Street, whether that's exchange traded funds, whether that's just OTC deals over the top of it, whether it's open interest in terms of leverage trading and much more, or even things like we've seen with XRP. You've got companies buying traditional finance markets to support what we know is a tsunami of cash coming into this market. And we're going to see a much bigger move on this. Leverage driven price change chasing as much more. And again, this is going to be important. In fact, there was a very interesting thing from Mike Cahill. He's the CEO of Duro Labs, saying this: Bitcoin crossing 100K signals a full-on narrative reset. That's because this milestone cements BTC's role as a macro asset in institutional portfolios. And absolutely, that can never be true. We're seeing coordinated flows from ETFs, sovereign wealth funds, asset managers who increasingly view Bitcoin as a hedge against policy uncertainty and a vehicle for long duration growth. The price action that's happening right now is just catching up to what the smart money's been prepping for all year. And when he says smart money, he means you, and he means you and the subscribers of this channel, because we have been talking about this move in the market. So get ready. We know that Strive announcements, stocks are surging, and everything else is going wild. Digital assets outperforming significantly. So when you start looking at some of these assets, some of these moves, we could even see the best yet. This is why I think we could see maybe 110,000 next week. But look at this. Phases 4 and 5, Bitcoin MVRV. We brought this down the live stream at 4 p.m. Eastern every day. Come and join us. The best is yet to come. And I've been talking about this while everyone was telling me that the markets are going to be over. We absolutely have this move. And why? Wall Street's coming. Retail will start coming back to this market. ETF inflows are coming. And I think this is all building up, aligned to a big trade deal that I think will come with China over the course of maybe the next 2 weeks. And equally, trade deals with other countries are going to ignite this market. Trump himself saying today, you better get out there and buy stocks while you can at these prices. He obviously has dealt with this before. He knows what's coming. So I think you would be remiss to not be in that place. So let's just take a quick look at what yesterday looked like. Look at some of these moves. Bitcoin, 6%. Ethereum, massive at 20%, breaking back above over $2,180. And then you get into the meme sector, things like Pepe, Brett. If you want me to talk about meme coins, by the way, let me know in the comments. I'll definitely drop some videos on that. And then even some AI players, all looking very optimistic. Now, what we're looking for is the next move. How does this play out? Well, look, let's Fibonacci this and get a view. Right now, we broke over the 786.101. Our next price target in the medium to long term, 109.267. So just under that 110 mark that I talked about, that I think comes with a big China deal or another big country's deal, maybe Europe or something else. This could be a big catalyst. But overall, markets are on the move, bull run's back on, and guess what? Everybody and then Nan flips bullish again on cryptocurrency. So let me know what you think of all this in the comments down below. What do you think comes out of the China conversations on Saturday? Dead curious to know your thoughts. And until next time, thanks so much for watching. We'll see you soon. Bye-bye.